and blessings. Thanks for listening to this Saturday night edition.
I'm in love with drug money, I'm in love with rap. Got a couple hit it with me and they love to clap. But all I really wanna know is where the love is at. I'm in love with this, I'm in love with that. I'm in love with drug money, I'm in love with rap. Got a couple hit it with me and they love to clap. But all I really wanna know is where the love is at. Yeah, after the smoke clears, from my hustler days into my smoke years, they was just playing ball or selling dope here. I showed them it was more, I bought the whole here. Made different plans, found different strands. OG was waiting to land, I had the piff in hand. Pumpers get your block work, smokers get a grand. That's a blunt or two, what you wanna do? Do the count, see the amount that we running through. Yeah, it's incredible, unforgettable. We got the oils and the wax and the edibles. Had them for years now, I've been way ahead of you. In the water with the sharks just trying to swim. Every L is a W trying to win. Yeah, what you trying to spin? Pot of gold, silver cushion, Donji. I'm in love with this, I'm in love with that. I'm in love with drug money, I'm in love with rap. Got a couple hit it with me and they love to clap. But all I really wanna know is where the love is at. I'm in love with this, I'm in love with that. I'm in love with drug money, I'm in love with rap. Got a couple hit it with me and they love to clap. But all I really wanna know is where the love is at.
You can ask around, they say we got the pounds. The block got the 20s, the apartment got the pounds. The same gas from off the block was an extra 1,000 out of town. So to get it a little cheaper, they start to drive them out of town.
That's me the ghost. Got it out the mud till it turned into dirt. Yeah, put the love in my hustles what earned me the work. Okay, little pain I was feeling that buried the hurt. That just made my heart cold and very alert. They think I'm mad at them, I throw them a smirk. I can start killing niggas, I go on a spurt. Before I had the deal, I was already on. Before they crack them open, they already gone.
I am Malcolm and me and Della in the concrete jungle with knowledge of sand dwellers. Shout to the sisters, smoking while I listen to the ancestors whisper. Fight for your freedom and your rights cause you need them. And it's the tech age so your life gets deleted. If your sight ain't complete, if you ain't complete, you ain't elite. If your little brother's hungry to tell me how could you, it's one for all for one. Brand Nubians, light up a doobie, give me a gun.
Music break. A little music break. I'm gonna throw a little music real quick.
Real niggas gonna do whatever they gotta do to provide for their family, whether that's going outside or running up in some. Not like none of you fuck niggas that hide behind the keyboard, hide behind the phone. So with that being said, I'ma get back to the money.
Listen,
Don't pay attention.
stop it. Listen,
Pay attention.
Stop looking, let's see.
listen,
Don't pay attention.
stop it. Listen,
Pay attention.
Stop looking, listen.
What's the real deal? Hoodied up with the ill grill, getting mad high, watching Kill Bill. You know both parts. I'm from a hood where they put you in the body bag and say they got the most heart. I stay composed like Mozart. Straight music, we can bump and thump just like a gold card. Stop, look and listen. Pause, watch, stare. Guns in the John G unit Rockaware. Yeah, they in high school, but they crips or they pie rules. Fly through soft and they try you. I seen mad drama. Is it bad karma? I don't know though. Stay moving in slow mo.
Yeah, so I hope everyone enjoyed the episode from late last night. It was a little shorter one. I think it was maybe about 25 or 30 minutes long or something. Yeah, I was just thinking about that though. About how all these white, black, Latin people, I get it. Like if some white people are voting for Trump, like I don't think anyone should be voting for Trump, but like it makes more sense for white people to vote for Trump because they're white. But when I see a number of black and brown people voting for Trump, it just baffles me. Like me and Michelle were talking about last night. Because my thing is this: even if you don't like Biden, like what has he been running around saying racist? What has he been running around trying to take away from people? What is he, you know what I'm saying? Other than going off that crime bill, which affected me, dude was a bitch for doing that, for, signing that, you know what I'm saying, and going along with it. Because that affected me, because that's right around the time I started getting in trouble. So it definitely affected me. But those are choices I made, though. You know what I'm saying? But, so like I was saying last night, so then that, if black and brown people are willing to vote for Trump, then that has to mean that you don't truly care about racism. And I'm finally finding out that there's a segment of people out in this country that don't truly care about racism. Because if they did, it wouldn't even be an option for voting for Trump. That wouldn't even be an option. That shit would be off the fucking table. But people are like, oh yeah, he said that, I know, but what? But what? You're not going to lose your house and your bank account and everything you have if you vote for Biden. That's what it seems like. They're like, oh, well, Trump's a racist, but my ass. Don't you care about it? Don't you care about that? Yeah, it's sad to see that. It is sad to see that. Because if you're someone that's willing to vote for Trump, you got to be willing to take all the shit that comes with it. You have to. You have to be willing to take all that. So if you're somebody black and brown that's voting for dude, you got to take all that criticism that's coming with it. Each his own, though. But y'all, yeah. People voting for Trump, y'all get y'all wake-up call. You'll get your wake-up call. Like Paul Mooney always says, you're going to get your wake-up call. When you end up in one of these white spaces and they show you how they truly feel about you. Peace and blessings, everybody. This is DVJ. Just wanted to say I hope you will enjoy today's episode and this weekend's episodes. I just want to say I hope everyone stays safe out here. As I know a lot of people are traveling and stuff like that for Memorial Day if you're celebrating. I know I'm going to be celebrating my birthday on May 25th. I'm saying it like that, because I don't know when you're going to listen to this episode. So yeah, just wanted to say Michelle and I also created a Facebook page, and it's called Cold World Podcast with DVJ and Michelle. You know what I mean? And it's just basically for friends and, our podcast, Cold World listeners, stuff if you want to go on there and, check us out and interact, and comment and stuff like that. I believe Michelle said, I believe you'll be able to do all that on there. She set the page up and everything. Asked her if she could make sure that we can, monitor, a little bit and stuff like that, because I don't want to have to deal with, any BS is basically what I'm saying, you know what I mean? So, and my only request was that we be able to, allow, people in and stuff like that, because some people are just strangers, basically what I'm saying are like all that robot stuff and just people creating fake pages and trying to get on your stuff, you give them, or you approve their invite or whatever, or recommendation or whatever, and then there's some kind of racist person or whatever, and they just want to hop on your page and just start stirring up nonsense or whatever. So I ain't having none of that. So yeah, so basically, if you're interested, you can go on the Cold World Podcast with DVJ and Michelle on Facebook. We set up a page coming up, and I'm just going to enjoy these games tonight. We got game 3, is it? Dallas and Minnesota. I'm really looking for Kyrie to get a ring. I'd like to see him get a ring. You know what I mean? So and Luka as well. So I think Dallas has a team to do it. But yeah, so we're just hanging out, just chilling. Michelle went to meet her best friend for a little meal, and she's gonna bring me something back. And yeah, we're just gonna hang out. So just be looking for more content during the weekend. This might probably be the last one for the weekend. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I got my birthday coming up, and then Monday, probably just gonna just chill. You know what I mean? Rest and recover, and then get ready for the work week. Starting Tuesday. Yeah, I'm gonna go in Tuesday. I gotta work, and yeah. So everyone stay safe. I'm gonna get out of here. Enjoy this music. This is LOX. Check them out. You know what I'm saying? It's the #1 hip hop group ever. You know, they're a trio, but you know, it's still a group. But yeah, they're my favorite all time because I just like their loyalty. I like how they remain, you know, together through all these years. You know what I'm saying? And always kept things like a family because none of them are related. You know what I'm saying? Blood related. They've always managed to stay tight, not get jealous or envious, any of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I can respect that. And they speak on things, you know, that I've been through or that, you know, that is relatable to me in some way. You know, their music speaks to me. So yeah, I'm going to get out with that. Enjoy this. Enjoy the episode. Thanks for listening. But yeah, once again, I was just going to say we created a Facebook page. So y'all go on there, as you know, for our Cold World listeners to go on there and just get, you know, be a little more interactive with us or whatever. We left a number for you, you know, to be able to call or whatever. If you got, you know, any ideas or whatever, if you got any thing you'd want to say or whatever, like I said, just no matter, you know, whoever you are, don't be on no nonsense or no BS, because I ain't having none of it. I'll just block and delete like right fast. So you'll only get one opportunity to say some nonsense or some BS on there, and that'll be it, and you'll be gone. We really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. And yeah, go out and do something good for somebody, and stay safe out here. Peace. And sorry for rambling. LOX, y'all enjoy this.
Hope they got the message. You got a whole collection of my whole selection. Still making money off my coke investments. Still got that dough invested, making more investments. Keep them loaded weapons, keep protecting all investments. $1 million worth of jewelry, that's a small investment. Trying to take it, that might cost you your small intestine. Don't be the choosing who get here, we making no exceptions. They wanna smoke, so we blowing that. Now your area look like a smoking section. Nowadays, all these niggas got some hoe intention. Till you pull it out like a hoe extension. Get dirty in that bitch, you get the whole extension. You don't want it with my henchmen, but it's so relentless. We come from all directions, take on all contestants. They know the drill, they get caught, they don't make no confession. Getting to the guap, smoking on the road, not running from the law, no. Running from the Lord, you cross me, you won't get fucked like a porno. Handle with the switch, that is not my steez. Out the game, but connected with niggas from Medellin. If you dream of killing me when you wake, you better scream. I'm sorry, ghost, I take shrooms like a Mario, Luigi. Not in the car, I'm in a Rari though. Maybe the Lambo, the Porsche with the Sicario. With some black gorilla niggas. But even all alone, I'm still with a killer nigga. But I ain't trying to kill. I just want the bills and a check. I'm just trying to stretch. You just want to flex. Part Malcolm, part DM. 1/3 of the Elo. And you know I keep it mellow, but the spot marks X. I ain't dead, but I'm doing well just for context. Ghost. Yeah. Now that's a mixtape. Scared of pain, so you fear hurt. I don't celebrate till the body's near dirt. Go to hell, they gon' tell you I was there first. Every opponent would tell you I was there worse. Having bad hunger pains and severe thirst. Have your earth in all black in the rear hearse. Too sticky to let the drama slide. In the sight of the blood,
I can't do no wrong, least in my mama eyes. I got a gun in the truck, that's little mama size. That boy died from vehicular homicide. The voice, the flow, and the way that he harmonized. Those that's real see the truth beyond the lies. In real life, I'm living proof we on the rise. Yeah, I was too smart to play with the dummies. Rather you kill yourself, save me the money. From the bottom, I don't mind if you pay me in 20s. They pop a lot of shit as soon as you see them, they mummies. Ha ha ha, you guys is funny. We fresh to death, they alive and bummy. Plug told me 3 words, supply the country. I told him that the bullets in the 45s is chunky. That's why they say you could never get too comfy. Trips out of town, my lump sums come monthly. Might as well all team up and come jump me. This is uneven, I'm the only one breathing.
The other thing I was thinking about too, when I was looking like on the Podbean and even like Spotify and stuff like that. The other thing I was thinking about too, when I was looking like on the Podbean and even like Spotify and stuff like that. And if you look and see who who some of the top podcasts are and stuff like that, you end up seeing like, because even like on Podbean, right, on the Podbean like category and the top podcast list and all that stuff, I noticed that Tucker Carlson dude's an asshole. But you see like him, even someone like Joe Rogan, they're like way up at the top, right, for podcasts. So then like my brain goes, okay, well then so who's like listening to podcasts? So then like if they're the most popular, like who's the audience? So that means, my point is like those are just those 2 people. Like that Tucker Carlson asshole, he's clearly Republican, just racist, just asshole, right? And then you got Joe Rogan, who says a lot of bullshit, said a lot of racial bullshit. But his podcast is super popular, you know what I'm saying? I used to listen to his like them animal ones he used to have and shit like that until I started, even when like dude very first started out from back in the day when he was on, what was that called? Radio. He had a TV show. News Radio, I think that was the name of it. And then he did Fear Factor. That's when he, but back then, you're younger and you're just being entertained, you know what I mean? You don't know all that stuff, but now as you get older and you start seeing what people are doing, what they talk about, the stuff they say, the stuff they support and all that shit, and then you're like, damn, like I can't believe I used to watch dude shows and all that kind of shit. Yeah, so I don't fuck with Joe Rogan anymore either. Yeah, I'm super loyal, like, you know what I'm saying? No matter what it is, to my music, to my family, to the things I like, the things I believe in, you know what I mean? I think I'm good at setting boundaries, you know what I'm saying? Saying I just, because then people can just navigate around what I am, you know what I'm saying? But I'm always teachable. That's one thing I always try to tell people. Remain teachable. Don't act like you know everything. You know what I'm saying? Because I think, in reality, like everyone can learn something from someone younger and older. Because we all have different experiences and stuff like that. So you're going to always be able to learn something. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't like when you, like, especially with like radio hosts and just people that do just all that kind of stuff, like just news person, all that, and just people that feel like they got a little bit of like notoriety or whatever. It seems like they try to like it kind of goes to their head, you know what I mean? And then they start. That's one reason I didn't want to do like radio, I guess is what I'm saying. Like I didn't want to do radio ever, like a radio at a radio station, something like that, because I would never truly be able to be myself. I wouldn't truly be able to talk about the things I want to. And I'm not saying that cussing is important, is the end all to be all, but it helps when you can express yourself, and say fuck or say shit. And then just, always having it, because let's just face it, most radio hosts, whether you're a white radio host or a black radio host or a Latin, you know, more times than not, even if you have like a black manager or a black, you know, director, they're only going to be up so far. Is 9 times out of 10, I would say 8 times out of 10, at least someone white is going to be owning that radio station. I'm saying owning it, having the final say on stuff, which means you're always kind of tiptoeing. You're always kind of, you know, watching what you say, especially if you're black. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Like, I want to be able to, I'd rather do a podcast where I can be myself. I don't have to worry about, you know, somebody, you know, having an issue with what I'm talking about. I don't have to go and, you know, worry about the white boss, you know, thinking I'm talking about race too much and then, you know, and then wants to shut me down. Thanks for listening to this Friday edition. Stay safe out here. Enjoy Memorial Day weekend. And we'll holler at everyone soon. Peace. Enjoy this LOX.
So I don't gotta hope it hits you. Yet still my life's like a motion picture. On the same road, just enhancing the route. As far as the bricks, I moved a substantial amount. Fake niggas is the cancer, cancel them out. Ready whatever you gotta do if you the man of the house. And oh yeah, fuck the label, fuck money's fuego. Everybody eating, so they gon' do what I say, yo. Even the police, long as I keep them on the payroll. Money machines and the scales on the table. PCP, Montega in the yayo. Ain't nowhere to put it, we like George and Diego. Blow high, call the whole team, round them up. Get everybody in the room, tell them count it up.
When those all in it, smoking sour, getting high. You don't even know who's in it, oh no. They don't wanna get blow, they just sitting there, hating, they ain't touching my dough. Got my revolver on top, since we cool, but I don't give a fuck. Keep talking, I'ma let that thing buck, oh no. They don't wanna get blow, they just sitting there, hating, they ain't touching my dough.
The drawers in the socks before rap. I was on tour selling rock. My hype man was the Glock, had to stand nights, but now my nightstand got a watch that these niggas never saw before. Like I ain't stick shit, like I ain't sell raw before. My general rank's a 5-star. Always been ready to die, that's why I'm alive, y'all. It's old goats and young sirs. I'm in the long money and gun work. Like wanna talk funds though. Let me hit the glove first. Say something I don't like. I let the gun church. Push me, I pull of shit. Always been an asshole, but never been full of shit. Think about life on some coulda, woulda, shoulda shit. Ain't nothing changed, my nigga.
When those all in it, smoking sour, getting high. You don't even know who's in it, oh no. They don't wanna get blow, they just sitting there, hating, they ain't touching my dough.
You making cinnamon rolls, baby?
Yes.
Nice. You winging it, or you?
No, I need the precise measurements and then I know what to do.
Oh, okay. You know who didn't ever used to bake? And I just assumed that they just did all that stuff because they were on TV and stuff? That Rachel Ray?
Oh, yeah.
Until I found out, she's like, I don't bake because something.
Well, because you have to use precise measurements, and she is a little of this, a little of that kind of gal.
Oh, so when I said winging it, that ain't a thing.
That is not a thing.
Chewy, what are you chewing on?
Coffee, but you definitely don't need caffeine.
Oh, yeah, he definitely did not need. Excuse me. Yeah, so we're making cinnamon rolls, watching the game.
Minnesota, what are you doing? I want Dallas to win.
I know.
Because I will not have anyone left from Minnesota.
But like you said, a 15-point lead ain't nothing.
Right, that's very true. And
that could be gone in like...
Agreed. But even if it was Minnesota and Boston in the finals, I have all the Boston
You
players.
you do, and that's because you've been patient.
So I can just
That's
pick
when it's
Boston
gonna really,
all the way, right?
yeah, you could.
So I'm not too worried about it.
Yeah, because really, when that comes, that's what it's smart to do. Just lean on one team.
But if it's Indiana,
Which it ain't gonna be. They're down 0-2, and Halliburton's hurt, and he fucked his hamstring up.
sorry, but great. Because if it was Indiana and Minnesota, I'd be out. I have no one
And
from
that-
either team.
Yeah, that's true. Good point.
I got nobody.
You know what I wish though? That they like the finals. I wish the finals could just be the best two teams. Like I wish they would get rid of like it having to be a West team against an East team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I like to see Dallas go up against OKC in the finals. Or, you know, it shouldn't have to be a team from the East and the West.
Right.
Because a lot of the better teams are in the West. Like I'd like to not Phoenix didn't have a good year this year, but like I'd like to see a Phoenix against a Dallas or some shit like that. You know what I mean?
Right. Like it should just be all. I don't even know how you would do that. But
Just get
it
rid
should
of the
just be-
conferences and you can just take the best. You can just take like the top 20 records and they make the playoffs. You know what I
Right.
mean?
You'd
All
still
the
have
teams.
you'd still have the series, the 3 series.
You still have your playoffs and all that,
Right.
but you would just get rid of the conferences and the divisions, and you would just have the top, like you could set a number, top 20 teams, because 20 is damn near half the league. That's more than half the league would make the playoffs. So, you know, and you would just do
Well,
it by
there's-
record.
And there's 4 teams in each.
Division.
No, like during the playoffs, there's.
What do you mean? For,
No, there's not 4. There's. I'm trying to think of how many teams you would need for the.
for that to be able to
playoffs.
happen? So
Yeah.
like you would have to have the right even amount.
Right.
Like so it would, like you could do 16, you know what I mean, or you could do 18 and then like the first 2 teams, the top 2 teams get a bye or something like that. Like they will figure that, like whoever does that NBA schedule, man, they got a tough job.
'Cause,
That's
like, there's
crazy
certain
how they got to
teams-
do and figure that schedule
Right.
out, just the NBA schedule
Yeah.
for the year.
Because really there's certain teams that never play other teams, right? Ever.
You know what? That's a great question. I know I can't say for sure because I've been watching basketball for a long time. There are some teams that you'll probably, like during the season, nowadays I think they try to make it where you play every team at least once. At least once. But I would say back in the day, I'm gonna have to look into that. But I think there were back in the day that there were probably some teams that never played. I know that happens like in the NFL. You know what I mean? Because there's teams like the Packers just never hardly ever play. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'd like to see that. I'd just like to see the best 2 teams be able to play for the ring instead of it. Because a lot of times, there's been times where there's been teams in the West that have like if they were in the East, like they would have been the number 1 seed or the number 2 seed or the number 3, but since they're in the West where all the better teams, they're an 8 seed or they're a 7 seed. You know what I mean? Or there's been teams in the East that have made the playoffs that barely have a 500 record or under 500 record. That's because of the conference and the divisions and stuff. They should get rid of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because in reality, you got a team in the West that gets left out, and they got a way better record than a team in the East that doesn't even have a 500 record. Chewy's messing with the
beer
the
dogs.
yeah.
He's like, oh, there's another one? There's 2?
That's crazy though. See, look at that. Oh, they're down They're down 15. Is this the third quarter? This is the third quarter.
Yeah. Chewy, what are you chewing on?
What are you saying, baby?
I was gonna post on the East Side Facebook group like a picture, like, hey, did anyone get any mopeds that live in Brewers Point?
Yeah,
Like,
maybe you should do that shit.
Because you know what? To be honest, I really don't look. Well, okay, so here, obviously, I look for my package, but at the house, I never looked at the name.
Right.
So what if somebody
Grabbed yours by mistake?
didn't have their glasses on, grabbed it by mistake, whatever, assumed it was theirs, and didn't look at the... I mean, but once you open it and like, I didn't order this, you would probably look at the label.
Right. Check this out. Remember we were talking about like black Europeans and just black people vote for Donald Trump and shit?
Yeah.
So this video is very relevant to that, right? Check this out.
You have a really interesting story. When you were a young man, you encountered the law, and you, when you were 18 years old, you were charged with a marijuana possession, intent to distribute charge, but you didn't go to jail for it. A lot of people probably don't know that about you, but one of the interesting things that's come up is that you have this bill that you support that addresses crime in DC, and it actually restricts the district from creating laws that would have leniency potentially in the sentencing for people who are younger, people who are 18 to 25 years old. You benefited from leniency. You benefited from a diversion program that kept you out of jail. Why shouldn't that be available to other teens right now?
Listen, that's a great question. First of all, when I was 18 years old, it was possession of marijuana. I had it. Make no excuses for it. It was wrong. It's wrong at any other time. I had to deal with it then, and I moved on with my life. Like every man and woman should. When you mess up, you make up, but you never give up. I never gave up on myself, and neither did my family, neither did my friends. Now to the bill that you're talking about. What's going on in the District of Columbia is that they treat all offenders from the ages of 25 and younger as minors. No other state in the country does that. No other jurisdiction does that. So all we did in the nation's capital is say, you're going to treat DC offenders 18 and younger as minors like everybody else does. That's what we did. That's the appropriate application of the law, because juvenile crime is up massively in DC, and DC is not safe.
I, as a former DC resident, I lived there for many, many years. I understand what's going on in the district and the challenges that they're facing with crime. But you were also 18 years old. You were an adult.
I was.
And you benefited from a diversion program that allowed you to not actually serve time for your offense.
The state of Florida.
So
had a
I
diversion
wonder,
program, yes.
I mean, why should that not be available? If you're an 18-year-old or a 19-year-old in the district, why shouldn't it be possible under certain circumstances, I'm not saying in blanket cases, for those individuals to benefit from the same kind of leniency that you did?
Now, are we talking about having a dime bag in your pocket, or are we talking about?
I'm just talking about. I'm talking about discretion,
Abby,
which is based on
a
case by case.
But Abby, let's be consistent.
You're asking me to clarify, so I just want to clarify what I'm asking.
But I want to be consistent. Are we talking about somebody having a dime bag in their pocket, or are we talking about carjacking? Because the crimes in DC that are being tried as juveniles for people who are 22, 23, 24 is carjacking. It is burglary. Hold on.
I understand, but your bill is a blanket bill.
That is wrong.
It doesn't discriminate based on.
And because the DC City Council does not take crime seriously, then it is incumbent upon Congress to do that. And that's what we're going to do.
One of the interesting things
about this. Do you want the nation's capital to be safe? I know I do.
Congressman, one of the interesting things about this, though, is that it actually prevents the DC officials from making laws that actually are stricter on crime. Why would you want to do that?
The DC City Council has proven, frankly, for the last decade, that they are not interested in actually prosecuting crime and keeping people safe in DC. They went through a series of bills that they wanted to do, which Muriel Bowser herself vetoed, and the council overrode her. It took Congress to act to throw that out. My colleague from Georgia, Andrew Clyde, led that effort last year, and basically we had to shame Joe Biden into signing that law to repeal what the DC City Council wanted to do, because they wanted to make it more progressive and not make public safety number one.
I think the bottom line that I'm trying to get at here, and I'm trying to understand where you stand, because you are in a unique position. You understand what it means to have a second chance.
Yes, I do.
And you're supporting a bill that basically takes that off the table in a blanket fashion for a lot of people. Do you believe that there should be second chances for young offenders in certain circumstances?
Abby, of course I do.
So then why would you support a bill that would make that not possible in the District
First of all, that's not what the bill does. Let's be clear. So number two, I'm a product of second chances. I had an ability to turn my life around, and I made the most of it. And I would tell that to anybody that's made a mistake. You have an opportunity to walk away from that mistake and do better going forward. And so my story is indicative of that. But what we also have to do is make sure that adults are tried as adults. I was not tried.
If that was applied to you when you were 18 and when you were 21, you would have been facing jail time.
When I was 18 in Florida, they treated me like I was 18 as an adult who can sign a contract, who can go into the military, who can do so many other things, who could vote. They treated me as an adult. That's all we're saying to do in the District of Columbia.
I just want to note that when you were 21, you faced more charges
I
again.
did.
Also did not go to jail in Florida as well.
Oh, but hold on. Let's be clear. I did serve 2 years of probation. I went through that process. I did have to go and have it adjudicated. I went through that process. I also, under Florida law, went and had it sealed. I went through that process. And then when all that stuff was done, I did also go get a job, become a standing member up in my community, served in my church, coach kids in basketball and football.
I think it's absolutely.
Built a family. I did all those things as well.
I think it
is possible, but you cannot be lenient. There has to be laws on the books that hold people accountable.
Congressman, there's no question there was leniency available to you. That is why you have such an extraordinary story.
Exactly.
There is leniency in the law in so many other places, but what the DC
I don't say.
Well, hold on,
I don't
Abby, but you got to be
how
consistent.
You can say you cannot
what
be lenient when
DC
there
is
was
doing is not about leniency and it's not about second chances. What DC is doing is this radical, progressive view of criminal justice, which is making communities less safe. That's what I oppose.
You have a really interesting.
Oops. Dude sounds just like, that's a black dude. Dude sounds like a racist man talking.
Like he literally didn't answer her question.
Not during the whole thing he didn't. He was just spewing about. I just tuned out after a while. I was waiting to hear her talk.
Right.
That's the thing.
I was like, you're talking over here and she's asking about this over here.
Right. That's pretty
It's very politician-y of him. I'm surprised he didn't say, we're not talking about me, we're talking about criminals.
Just like a white man would say. Yeah,
Right.
That's crazy. What's he chewing on? Yeah, that's crazy. And it's frustrating for me being black, you know what I'm saying?
Redirect.
Having to deal with some of that stuff. Because there's black people out here that think like that and move around like that. Dude sounds just like some white man. And seeing those would be like, when you hear like a white person, like it could be whether they're listening to talk radio and there's a black host and they kind of sound Republican-y and then they start calling in, or it could be in any kind of setting. It could be at a workplace. If there's, maybe the couple black people that work there, if they kind of talk about, crime in the city, talk about poor people, talk about how black people should be working more and not be lazy, all that rhetoric, all the stereotypes that white people talk about black people. If they hear black people talking like that, they cling to that. They love it. They love it because it's almost like having, for those white people, for them, the way they think when they hear a black person talking Republican-y or how a white racist person sounds, it's almost like they feel like they got a receipt in their pocket that they can always pull out and be like, look, this black guy said that about black people.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Even black people think this way.
Right, and they use that. And I hate that. But yeah, it's frustrating because we got to deal with that shit too. And the white racism. You got to deal with dudes like that. That are just like, that Republican black European talk like, oh, I made it, you should too. I went to school. I was poor. I ended up going to college and all that. Well, every other black person didn't go to college.
Right.
They didn't, but they're working
I
hard.
learned
they're
my
paying their
lesson.
bills. Yeah, I learned my lesson. Dude, I didn't know. She said he had a second charge.
Right. I thought.
I was only, that was the first time I actually heard the whole thing through.
Oh, okay.
So when I first heard it, I heard about the first thing, and then she was like, you also had another charge. I'm like, damn, dude. You should totally be on board with second chances. Because it sounds like you done got a couple of them. And you know how we always say, even with, like, for example, like shootings. Oh, with like, there were 5 shootings in the city. No, there were probably 15. Only 5 got reported.
Right.
Same thing. Dude's probably done other stuff.
Right.
But, you know.
I want to know what the second charge was
Me too,
on
now.
because
we should do a little digging on
the
that.
first charge was
What was Dude's
possession.
It should say just in the thing, maybe. Because we'll
Byron
do that
Donalds.
Byron Donald. Yeah, I've seen him come on there. You know
Byron
what I'm saying?
Donalds, we're coming after
We're
you
coming
next.
after. Yeah, we're about to do a little ocean dive and look into your little background. But yeah, shout out Abby Phillips, because she'll be, her and Laura Coates. They, you know, they're coming to some of the only, you know, few people on there that talk about black issues and stuff and question people. I mean, they talk about racism and stuff on there, you know, all throughout the show, but they really get into it, and so I like that because she's challenging. And
it's something that they didn't really.
Because the stuff we think about.
It's something that the channel really didn't do before.
Exactly.
And if they did, it just isn't.
Maybe Don Lemon a little bit, but he got some heat for being kind of, I don't know, what was the problem with him? Because he would get after people, you know, sometimes.
Right, but it was behind the scenes, like he acted like
never
a diva.
on camera.
Yeah, which, I mean, I could kind of see him being diva-ish.
I can
and that,
too. I can
you know,
see him.
and that rubbed the other people the wrong way who are just as.
Just his personality, I didn't really like his personality, but he was one of the only ones. Chris Cuomo, them two.
Yeah.
Like, they would question people, like, when they would come on. They wouldn't just let people come on.
Yeah.
Talk the BS. And then, like, at least he would ruffle some feathers, at least.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying. Like, him and Chris Cuomo. And you notice that they're both gone.
Right, but there's a different person in charge of CNN than
That's true.
the person that fired them.
That's true.
So I have seen that, you know.
What did Chris Cuomo actually do?
He
Wrong, I'm saying
he
at
was
the
helping
station.
he was helping his brother.
Right.
And there's
Which
probably
you would naturally do, I would.
Yeah.
He didn't murder nobody. He wasn't harboring out in his basement while he had COVID. Remember Chris Cuomo had COVID? He was still doing his show up from the basement.
Yeah.
COVID, that shit was nuts.
That was crazy. But
COVID.
My
Can
buddy
you imagine?
Cove.
They're gonna be like in history books. Like,
yeah,
when
they'll
we're
read
long
about
and gone, like
the plague.
The plague,
yeah.
COVID-19. People could be in class reading about that, and they're gonna be seeing pictures of people with masks on, and all that kind of. Yeah, that's gonna be crazy. We lived through that shit. That was crazy.
But yeah, like he was as popular as other people, but he acted like, you know, his shit didn't stink, right?
For sure. You could see that. You could just
his
see
show
it.
ended and he went to the morning show, which I consider a demotion.
Yeah, because in reality, he kind of got put on with the
other
third
people,
team type
right?
people,
Like with
the poppies.
with 2 other people.
Yeah.
So then
she
he wasn't.
seemed like she was. You said too. She seemed kind of. What did you say? Her face or something? She
had
have
like a resting
face.
bitch face.
A bish face. A bish face. Yep. Yeah, but we're making cinnamon rolls. Or do you want to not make them?
No, I do. I at least want to make the dough tonight because it has, you know, has to rise and all.
Yeah.
So I at least want to get that done.
Yeah, but we wanted to play that.
Oh, Dallas caught up. They're only like 5 points behind.
See,
now.
we were just talking about that's crazy. We were talking about
in the 5 minutes that we were watching it. Yep, they're only down by 5 points.
Because normally, 9 times out of 10, it's me being like, "Oh, this game's over with." And Michelle would be like, there's a lot of time left. And I'll be like, so it was just weird, you know, because usually it's the other way around. But no, before we go, because this game's getting good, so we're going to get to it and get to these cinnamon rolls.
And I've got some General Hospital to watch.
And baby's got some General Hospital. Ooh, it's 75, 73 now, baby. The thing I was saying about when we were watching the news earlier about the Sean P. Diddy Combs and shit. Mm-hmm. No wham. What's that word? Condoning. What dude did do was just straight up out of line with that shit. You could tell when we were watching it. I was like, dude, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I was like, dude, that was, I don't even like seeing that shit. But my thing is, we're going to keep seeing it, right? Everywhere. And you were even saying too, like they keep showing the video. It's like, when do you stop showing the video? And my thing is, remember, and I know there's other examples, but like, how long did you hear about Chris Benoit, the ex-WWE wrestler, killing his whole family?
Right.
How long was that on the news for? I'm going to guess.
Is it because wrestling isn't
No, oh my God, WWE wrestling, Chris Benoit, that shit was...
But it's not the NBA.
But it's still, WWE back then was...
I guess.
Super,
you're right, yeah. I'm thinking of now,
and it's at least big enough to where that shit should have been being talked about for more than, I'm going to guess, 3, 4, 5 days.
Right.
He killed his whole fucking family.
Yeah. I will say that, you know how we were saying, so like, now 7 women have sued Diddy. Yeah. There more will come out. It's always going to be on the news. I have 2 things to say about it. One, I had compared it to Bill Cosby. Like, one woman sued him, and then all of a sudden there were like 15.
Coming all out the woodwork.
And I will say, when the first couple came out, I was like...
When I say woodwork, I don't mean it like degradingly. Like
I know what you mean,
being leeches. It's just a saying.
But when it was like the first couple, I still believed in Bill.
But once it gets to about 3 or 4,
then you're like, something to this.
That's what that's what anybody. I don't even think that has to. I would attach race to that.
No, I wasn't. It wasn't racial at all.
Not you. I'm saying in general. I wouldn't even for me. I wouldn't even think that. No. If it was a white, black, green, I'd be like, after about 3, 4, I'd be like, you're probably guilty.
So
there's no way you can do race with that.
The 2-prong thing is that I thought about it, and the Harvey Weinstein thing got tons of coverage.
Dude was a fucking nut.
And
I heard some audio where he was telling some lady to sit down.
Yeah.
He sounded so creepy. I'm sorry.
But the first 1 or 2, you're thinking, oh, they're a washed-up actress. They just money grab. Same thing. Then after a couple come out,
I didn't think that.
Then there's
like
he did 20. It. Oh.
For real, my mind, honestly.
I mean, he looks like he would do it, right?
And maybe see.
I mean, it's on looks.
See, I'm stereotyping.
As am I.
I'm stereotyping.
Like, he looks like a creep. You know.
Hi, Marley. Yep.
He looks like he smells like BO.
Looks like he showers maybe once a week. Maybe once a week.
But he's super rich, so you just have to accept that he stinks.
Exactly.
Right?
Uh-huh. Oh, they're down 5.
And it was like almost the same scenario as Bill Cosby. Like, oh, I can help your career, blah, blah, blah.
And you know what? You're right, too. And you know what? Can you imagine? And it's got to be safe to say, there's so many of those kind of things that happen out there.
Not even in the entertainment industry.
All over.
Whatever workplace you work.
There's some happening right now somewhere.
Every workplace. I mean, women are such, like, we're prey, right? Because wherever you work,
in reality,
there's going to be
there's
some
always some
time.
man looking at you, or
yes,
for sure.
Like, I experienced that at Sendix when I was 15. You know, because there's all older men.
That's what it says. Like, women
they're teasing. You know what? It happened. They did it to all of us, right. And that was just like, oh, they're just joking around. Like when we would complain.
Right. Yeah.
So, but showing that Diddy video, it's actually triggering for domestic violence survivors
Right, that's
because
crazy. I didn't
every
think-
time they show it,
They're
you think
reliving
of
that.
you're reliving the
Because
situation
your
you
mind,
were in.
I'm imagining your mind just automatically goes to that.
Yes.
That's, yeah, I didn't
So
even
like
think about
that, I
part of it.
don't like seeing it every day on the news. Every time you open up the internet and go to like TMZ, it's or whatever, it's on there, and you're just like, you know, you get like a weird pit in your stomach about it because you felt the way she felt in that elevator area. You know how she felt about it and will for the rest of her life.
Mm-hmm.
And same with all these other women that are coming forward that felt victimized. They're always going to feel that way.
Right.
And like I know it's like they talk about it in the news all the time because it's like a popular news story.
Exactly. It's about
But
their
you're
money
also
and
like
ratings.
re-traumatizing people and you don't even know it.
And don't care.
And don't care.
They don't care. But then they'll be on there talking about
I
how
mean,
they care about
will
that.
I watch the Diddy documentary by 50 Cent on Netflix? Yes.
You probably will. I'll probably be.
Oh, yeah.
I'll probably be laying there like.
Oh yeah, I watched the R. Kelly one
Absolute.
too.
Yeah, but like I was saying, like too, like even just in the entertainment world though, there's more stories that like just haven't made the news or people haven't said anything about situations they're in or were in or stuff
Because
they know
look
about
at-
people.
because
This
look at
happens
what
in
people
sports,
said about-
entertainment, music,
Yeah.
all that shit.
Because look
All
at what
that
people
shit.
said about
There's
that
tons of
Cassie girl
stories.
right away. She's lying, money grab. She doesn't have a career anymore. She needs money. You know,
Right.
that's what people were saying the first couple days.
Right.
And then when he settled, everyone's like, oh, maybe there's something to that if he settled.
Yeah. But yeah, that's
So crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know how we got on that topic.
all right, y'all. I'll holler at y'all later. Peace. Enjoy. How many more days is the weekend? About 2.
It's birthday eve, birthday eve, birthday.
And then Monday
today.
is Memorial Day. So
Yes.
everyone's got. So just be safe for the couple extra days.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Drive safe because people are traveling and stuff. Peace.